There is a vicious animal running loose in the streets of Carbondale. And your police department and your state attorney and your coroner done nothing to protect you from the beast. The beast is running around on two legs, but it's also running around under the guise of your law enforcement community and your prosecutor's office. All under the guise of trying to keep statistics in your community low, just so Southern Illinois University can get its enrollment figures back up. And for these beasts that wear badges and work under the guise of being your state prosecutor can keep their jobs. None of them would function in the real world. They don't live in the real world. They think they do, but they live in some fantasy land of their own design. Praveen Varghese was murdered. I viewed his autopsy photographs. I've seen the beating that he took, the brutal beating that he took by the two-legged beast that's still walking around on your streets. The police who investigated this are jokes, starting right with Trooper Martin, who couldn't investigate a cookie jar theft. Here he arrives on the scene of the aftermath of a brutal beating, and because the mere fact that Bethune says he got into a fight of gas with a black male, I think Mr. Martin decided, why bother then? Maybe a little discrimination going on there too in Carbondale. And then you have Weinberger, the illustrious expert who tells the family, oh, no foul play occurred. No, we just found your son's body laying out in the woods. No foul play. Bruised and battered. So obviously bruised and battered, a child would see and identify the bruising. And then the coroner. Frostbite? Hypothermia? Really? Praveen's physical condition was obvious by looking at the condition of his body, except for the bruises, was an athlete. An athlete. This guy was strong. Where his body was supposedly found, according to the police, in the background, you could see a building just a couple 100 yards away in an open field Praveen could easily walk to. Don't forget the fact that he had a phone. Could have made a phone call to get help if he was lost, as they want to say, the police reports. You're in trouble, Carbondale. You have a corrupt criminal justice system there that is so bad it makes me shudder. Yes, the beasts are running loose in the streets of Carbondale. Some of them are wearing badges. Weinberger tries to get the Varghese family to pay a reward continually to Mr. Stanley, Bethune's cousin. Why? He's just so much of a suspect as he is a tipster. He only knew to tell them what he did to where they could locate Praveen's body because his cousin probably drove him by and showed him. If you sit there in Carbondale and vote Mike Carr back into office, you should be ashamed of yourself. And the same with your mayor. Because your police department needs to be cleaned out completely. You have people sleeping on the job. You have people that can't investigate a crime or don't want to investigate a crime and then cover up the facts of the crime. And that's just one case, Praveen Varghese. And there are so many others, and you all know about them. Time to wake up in Carbondale. Time to wake up, because it could be you next. It could be one of your loved ones next. You think you're safe? You think you're immune? You think you're protected by your PD? You know Mike Carr's job? Not only a prosecutor, but he's also the county attorney. who defends the county and city against lawsuits. You think that might be an ethical violation? You got problems. The beast is loose on your streets. There's criminals running loose if police don't do anything about. And you have police officers out there that have no business wearing a badge.